Okay, for activity 3, this one makes my brain hurt. I'm going to give you just a heads up. But we powered through it in first block. We're not looking for characterization, figurative language, any of that stuff. We're looking for theme. So do you remember when we went through passage 3 and annotated passage 3 for theme? We made a list of lessons you could learn on the board. Y'all remember that? Okay, that's what we're doing here. Okay, let me read this section to you. It says, it seems so hopeless from the beginning that it's a miracle I didn't give up. But all of us must have something or someone to be proud of, and Doodle had become mine. I did not know then that pride is a wonderful, terrible thing, a seed that bears 2 vines, life and death. Every day that summer we went to the pine beside the stream of Old Woman Swamp, and I put him on his feet at least 100 times each afternoon. So this is that exact same passage 3 that we've already annotated for, but they have given you the dialectical journal. Now, knowing that we're looking for theme, I need us to read this commentary right here, and let's see if we can find the theme, the lesson learned. Here we go. The narrator confesses his need to make Doodle better in order to give himself something to be proud of and to receive recognition for his actions. Because he is speaking about an event that happened in the past, he looks back on it with the insight of an adult who has struggled with the consequences of his prideful actions. It's not that pride in and of itself is bad, but he realized that too much pride can lead people to do things that can have devastating results. Did anybody find a lesson learned in that section? A thematic topic? Not all at once. Anybody? No one heard anything? That was a lesson that we could learn?
All of us must have something to be proud of.
Yes, both of you are right. Yes. We're going to start, though, with too much pride can lead people to do things that can have devastating results. Okay? So I'm going to highlight it. You can underline it, circle it, whatever, and label it as thematic topic. Okay. Go to the assertion portion. It says, the author of the Scarlet Ibis, James Hurst, suggests through the actions of his characters and his use of language the theme that too much pride. Good. Too much pride can lead people to do things that can have devastating results.
Like doing a backflip off a bridge into a pile of rocks.
Exactly. I was just about to. We were going to discuss that for a minute, and I was going to. My first block. No one would admit to ever do anything like that.
Oh, right. Okay.
But you're saying I've been there, done that.
Not done backflip off a bridge into a pile of rocks. That's just,
yeah. I mean, we all do. It's human nature, so it happens to all of us at some point. Maybe it's not life changing, and maybe the devastating results are not as devastating as Doodles. Right? He died. But it might be, it might really hurt your life or impact your life for a little bit. Okay. So that is a lesson that we've learned that we can take outside of the short story. All right. So here is my concern. My next block or my last block class did not know this. And so if you had Miss Richardson, raise your hand. Okay. She didn't teach y'all this way of writing, and I need to teach it to you really quickly. Who had Miss Goodwin?
Me.
Okay, did she teach AEC writing? You don't know. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, that's fine. Hey, I'm recording, so let me get through this, and then you can ask a bunch of questions. Write this somewhere on your paper. Not in the blanks, because we're going to write our paragraph in the blanks. Assertion, evidence, commentary. Just jot it down somewhere to the side. The reason I asked who your teacher was is last block they told me who they had, and they showed me how they learned to write. different paragraphs and different tricks that they use. So that's why I was asking. I was just trying to see who had what and who you used and what you used and all that. All right. The only thing that I'm going to allow you to use in 9th grade, because it's what's used in 10th grade and then what's used in 11th grade and 12th grade AP classes, is called an AEC paragraph. And that's assertion, evidence, commentary. You just wrote your assertion, so put an A right here. We've already done that. Check that off the list. They helped us do that. The next part is the evidence. So I need to use the evidence, and the evidence is right here, okay? So I have to format it. And I format it by using this method. And we're going to do a lot more lessons on this, so don't freak out. It's called the TIES method, T-I-E-S. Write this somewhere on your paper. The T stands for tag. The I stands for intro. The E stands for embed. I'm going to put it in the middle of something. And the S stands for split. Sorry. Now, I'm going to show you some examples of those. All of those you're going to use only in the evidence portion. Okay, so let me show you what they mean very quickly. Let me move this over. You can still see it, and I can write. The TIES method is how you will write with quotes. Okay, so if I want to write with a quote, I have 4 options. Here's the quote, and I'm just going to use squiggly lines to show the quote. And then I'm going to tag it. That means I'm going to put my words here, okay? And I'll just say my words here. And then I put the period. Well, I would cite it, but put the period afterwards, okay? The intro is the exact opposite. My words go first, followed by the quote, and I'll go ahead and put the citation here. And you would do the same thing with the citation right there. I just ran out of room, okay? So don't fret the small stuff. All right. The next one is embed. Now, these two are the easiest. This is T, I. The E is embed. Not in bed, embed, okay? And that means that I am going to put the quote in the middle of something, okay? I had a student my first year here in a standard class, and literally we would talk about this all the time, and he would say, the quote's in bed, and he would say it in bed, and I was like, no, our whole class died laughing the whole year because he could never figure out that it was not in bed, it's in bed. Anyways, so my words are here, followed by a comma, the quote, and then more of my words. Yeah, these last 2 are difficult, okay? But some people can do it just fine. The last option is a split. I don't love this because it's hard for me to write like this, but if y'all can do it, good for you, okay? It means the quote starts here. I'm going to split it in half. It works really well for long quotes. My words go in the middle. And when I say my words, I literally mean like my words. Me talking about that specific quote, okay? My words are there, more of the quote, and I would cite it and put the period. Like, we will work a lot on this. I was under the impression that you guys already did this if you had taken Honors English last year, because it is in the Honors English curriculum. Yes, ma'am. You did what? Excellent. My last class told me that you didn't at all. Okay, perfect. That's okay. That's better than nothing. Okay. Can I take these off now? All right, so that I can show you what to do. Here we go. So after this, if I'm following my AEC paragraph, I've already done the assertion. What comes next? Evidence, and that's where I use this, right? Okay. So I've got to go up here, and this is a super long quote. I don't want to use all of that. That's like me reading the book again. I don't want to use all that. Pick one little portion of that quote that will prove that we use this theme. Yes, sir.
But all of it.
No, you're going to do it on your own in a minute.
Oh.
Okay.
You told me that.
Well, I was getting to that. So the next thing you're going to do after you write your evidence is write your commentary. There is a whole lot of commentary right here. You need 2 sentences of it. You are not going to use this sentence. We've already used it. That was our assertion. Sorry, y'all can't say that. My bad. Okay, this is all commentary. Remember, you have a 2-sentence minimum. You cannot use this sentence at the bottom because we've already used it. So you're going to finish writing your own paragraph. We've done the assertion. You're writing the evidence and the commentary. And when you're finished with that, you're going to put it in the drawer so that I can grade it for you. This is a minor grade. Tomorrow, we will take our own dialectical journals that you were supposed to have turned in, but maybe didn't. But you should still have some done. And then we will create our own paragraph using this little sentence paragraph frame on the back. Okay, so you're not doing anything with this page today at all. What questions do you have?
Do you have to introduce the quote like this means?
Yes, you have to use some type of introduction, or you've got to use one of those methods of using a quote, writing with a quote. You cannot put a quote by itself. That's called standalone quote, and that's a big no-no.
Does the commentary at the end have that 2 sentences?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Would the context work?
Yeah, I love to introduce a quote using the context. Like, that's actually what I'll teach you to do the more we get into it. So if you want to go ahead and do that, that's even better. Just use the context to introduce the quote. Just make sure it makes sense. It reads well. Any other questions? All right, when you're done, you're going to turn it into the drawer.